Hey guys, Sandy here, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am playing with the Coco Vanilla Studio Unforgettable Collection Kit. Now I did receive this kit from Scrapbook Your Joy online scrapbook store. I will have the link down below in the description box, so if you are interested in grabbing some Coco Vanilla, please make sure you click that link down below. Now I said that I was going to scrapbook and use some of the butterflies, so let's see what I can do. Can I just start out by saying I am super proud of myself with this layout. You guys know I'm not the hugest fan of the butterflies. They kind of skeeved me out a little bit. They just feel weird on layouts. But in this photo, I am holding a roll of butterfly washi tape. So in this moment, I felt like it was completely okay to use butterflies. And I use the butterflies. At least I feel like I use the butterflies. So I have this gorgeous paper from the Unforgettable collection, and I'm going to go ahead and trim that down just so that it mats on this sheet of black cardstock. Now I really felt like the watercolor paper that I'm working with right now over top of this gray pattern paper looked amazing. Like I just love the contrast in it. However, I felt like I needed a little bit more contrast than what the paper against the paper directly was giving me. So I decided to go ahead and do a black border around the watercolor paper. And the black border isn't a thick black border. I don't even think it is 1/4 of an inch. So just know that it is a thinner border. Here I go, grabbing the butterflies. I'm going with these big ones off of this cut apart sheet. I do fussy cut out the butterflies, you guys. Like, that happens. I don't fussy cut out the antenna. I don't have the patience for it. Now, if fussy cutting is your ultimate jam and you want to fussy cut out butterfly antennae, hey, more power to you. Girl, you do you. Like, you just have fun with that. Me? Not so much. Don't really want to cut out antenna. Just not a fan. So I am just going to go through and cut each of these butterflies out. Now I also have butterfly die cuts that came in the ephemera pack, and we're going to use those too. We're just going to use a bunch of butterflies on this layout, you guys. Now, Creativation is a super fun time, and that is where this photo was taken. And the butterflies just abounded in the American Crafts booths. I also have some pictures of me being scared by one of the butterflies out of Vicki Boutin's Let's Wonder collection. So that'll be scrapbooked as well. Maybe I'll use some more of these butterflies. Who knows? But anyway, the butterflies are alive and well. Now I know I have some subscribers that absolutely love the butterflies and they'll be tickled pink that I am scrapbooking with butterflies. Then I have some subscribers that are on the no butterfly train as well, and they'll probably be like, Sandy, you traitor. But like I said, there's a time and place for butterflies, you guys. I just think random butterflies on layouts is just weird. It's just weird. Like, why are you just putting a random bug on your layout? It's like you would just put a random snake on your layout. Like, why? What is the purpose behind it? What is your thought process? I just don't know. But the Unforgettable collection has a lot of butterflies. I won't say a lot. They have a good amount of butterflies in it. And I definitely wanted to challenge myself to scrapbook with them. Just because this is a beautiful collection and, you know, I want to do it justice. I want to kind of go a couple different directions with it. And I want you to be able to see what you can do with it. And I'm sure that there are so many other ideas out there that are, you know, more creative and, you know, even more beautiful. So go find your inspiration and buy the Unforgettable collection. Like, if how I'm using it isn't your jam, like you're like, why are you not fussy cutting out those flowers? Why is your page not completely covered in flowers? It can be. It can be, you guys. There are so many beautiful florals in this collection. I just wanted to use it in a little bit of a different way and kind of my style a little bit more. because I'm not a super huge like cascading florals all over the page. I am definitely more of a kind of bright and colorful, I guess bold kind of girl. I would consider that my style, bright, bold, colorful. I would be okay with that. Now I felt like I needed the break between this pink tone on tone paper and the other papers as well. I just felt like they kind of melted into each other a little bit, so I went ahead and added a very thin black border on this banner. And then I decided to go ahead and have it overlap ever so slightly. I really like the look of this. I'm just a fan, okay? I'm just a fan. So now I have the photo and the, not truly a photo mat because I'm not going to mat it, but just what my photo is going to layer on top of. Then I decide, yeah, let's mat the photo in black too. Why not? I'm matting everything else in black paper. We should do that. So we do that. And we do it crooked. Listen, and why am I talking like we? There is no we. This is just me. This is just me scrapbooking. There is no we. So I trim it down with my trimmer, cut it a little crooked, kind of finagle it, and then I have to trim it with the scissors a little bit. But you guys, it works out. I get it down. I have my photo kind of layered up over top of this floral paper. I'm thinking that this label is going to go up here. I take it off. I put it back on. I take it off. Like, it's a whole thing. Ultimately, the label does not go right there. I am trying to figure out where in the world I'm going to put these butterflies. I'm thinking about bringing in that frame, but it just doesn't go. It just doesn't feel right. So I'm like, what the heck are you doing, Sandy? You really have no clue whatsoever what you're doing right now. All you know is that you kind of like the papers that you got going on there, and you need to get some words. Let's work on the title. So I'm like, I have no idea how the heck I'm going to embellish the rest of this. So I work on the title. I went ahead and pulled out the foam sticker that says stories, and that is going to give me the basis of the layout. I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate this butterfly flare, because I figure if I'm bringing in one butterfly, I ought to bring in as many butterflies as I can. For two reasons. One, I want you to see that this layout is a screaming butterfly. Like, I'm holding the butterfly washi tape. It's all about the butterfly. The layout is completely about the butterfly, and you need to see it, by golly. So that is one reason. And another reason is I don't want to have to add butterflies to a whole bunch of layouts in the future. I just want them to be done, right? And then once the butterflies are out, I have more room for other things. But you guys know that that's pretty much my philosophy with all my scrapbooking products. I want to use them so that I can move them out of my space and bring in new stuff, because I like the new stuff. And if you use your stuff, then everything's new. It's funny because I have a lot of Echo Park paper, and none of it feels old, except for Captured Life, because that one I think I bought that one like 3 times. So it feels old because I've used it a lot. But anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about Echo Park when we got this beautiful cocoa vanilla paper. Now, that sticker that says every photo tells a story goes back on the page. At first I was thinking, you know what, I've got too much of the word story on this layout, and I'm not going to journal, like, I'm not going to have super lengthy journaling, so maybe I shouldn't put that word on there so many times. But you know what, it goes back on. It goes back on. Now, I do want to add some lift and some texture and some dimension to my butterflies, so I am using foam squares to do that. Now, I have put regular adhesive kind of in the center of the butterfly, and I've put the foam squares on the wings so that the wings have ever so slight lift off of the page. It's not going to be a huge lift. It's not going to be like a pop-up or anything like that. It's just going to give me a little bit of dimension on my layout. And I think that a little bit of dimension can go a long way. Like, you don't need an inch of stuff hanging off your layout if that's not what you want. You don't need an inch of stuff hanging off the layout to have something visually appealing. You just don't. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck the Every Photo Has a Story next to the butterfly over here. And look at me, I'm struggling a little bit to actually make that happen. I'm thinking maybe I should mat it a little bit because it's just this white piece of paper. You know, I know it's a sticker, but it's still paper. And it's like, oh, this feels weird. So I'm thinking maybe I should mat it. Maybe I should add a tag. Now this tag has butterflies on it. Big shocker. But you don't really see the butterflies with the way I have the sticker positioned, but I think the colors are still a good match. So even though you can't see the pattern, you can see the colors, and the colors are a good match. I mean, of course the colors are a good match. This is a collection kit, which, you know, is meant to, you know, coordinate. Like, that's just the way a collection kit works. And I'm starting to get a little punchy, guys. I think I'm on like voiceover 6, and I'm getting a little punchy. But, you know, I have committed to doing a video a day for a year. And even though I'm going on vacation, I want to make sure my videos get up. So I am batch producing videos right now. Usually I do a couple videos at a time, but this is a lot. So, you know, as much as I love to run my mouth gets tired. And then like the brain doesn't engage anymore and the mouth still runs. That's just the way it happens. Now, can't have a naked tag hole. So I take some embroidery thread, tie a black bow, and put it onto the tag hole. I am going to add another butterfly over here. I'm just trying to figure out the best place for it because I don't want them all to be completely flat lines. I don't want them all to be stacked directly on top of each other. I want them to kind of look like they're flying around. So I add a little bit more adhesive just to make sure that the page stays together because I do have flare on it. I do have pop dots on it. I just want to make sure that it sticks. Here I go again trying to use those arrows. The arrows don't make it on this layout either. Now I was bound and determined to do the butterfly, so maybe I should do another layout and just be bound and determined to do the arrows. Might have to make that happen. So I decide more butterflies. Let's do more butterflies. So now I have kind of these clusters of different butterflies and they look great. I do head over to the foam title stickers and pull out some of the black foam hearts just so that I can give a little bit more of that pop of black to the page because it really does pop against this background that has this neutral gray and then this watercolor. Now I'm thinking I needed something up there at the top. It was looking a little naked. I was like, maybe I've got too much kind of white space. So what do? I go for more butterflies. And I have the larger butterfly and the smaller butterfly, and I'm just going to tuck them into each other. And things are happening, you guys. Things are happening. Now I have these gorgeous word phrase stickers and I cut it off so it doesn't have an arrow anymore. I cut it down so it's just a rectangle because the arrow was pointing the wrong way for me. I wanted the arrow to point left, but since there was not one, I just went ahead and cut it down into a rectangle. Grabbed a couple more of those black hearts and put them up there at the top. Now I do try, look at me, still trying to use that arrow. No, Sandy, no. So now I think I'm just about finished embellishing. Oh, I do try to use some word stickers here, and I put more on than I really need on the layout, so I take a bunch off. You know, there's so many word stickers that could apply, but I just didn't want to do them. I felt like it was kind of taking away from the layout that I had created. I felt like I was almost adding too much. And when you get to that point, because you know I am a more is more fan, but when you get to the point where you're like, ooh, too much, then back off. Just back off. And your area of too much could be completely different than what my idea of too much looks like. I think I just said your area of too much. I meant idea. See, getting punchy. The brain is not engaging as fast as the mouth is moving. So now I am going to add some journaling with my favorite black pen. And it's just a little bit of the story behind the fact that there were butterflies and I needed to take a photo with it, and there was Paige Evans butterflies right there. Pretty sure these are Paige Evans butterflies. If they're not, I've done screwed it up and I've already written on the page, so it's going to stay that way. I'm just going to go ahead and wrap that up, and that's going to do it. And then you guys will see that I added some enamel dots after the camera was off. So thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out Scrapbook Your Joy. The link is down below, and I will see you again real soon for another video.